𝗪𝗂𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀.
Where else could people look for hidden texts, hidden knowledge, and stuff like that?
There's a lot of hidden texts and knowledge in Tibet. Tibet has literally thousands of unread, untouched books. They haven't been touched for eons. They're just sitting on shelves, enclosed and kept away. There's some recent videos. I posted a clip of it maybe about 3 or 4 months ago on Forbidden Knowledge, the inside of that ancient library of knowledge. And so there's a lot of knowledge there. There's a lot of knowledge in text, believe it or not, that's being hidden by the U.S. government on underground bases and storage facilities. There's a lot of text, of course, in the 5-mile underground archive, along with many other things other than even text inside of Rome at the Vatican. There's a lot of ancient text being hidden in Germany. There's some being hidden in Africa, in Egypt, actually in the backs of some of these museums, stuff that they won't let anyone see. At the 𝗪𝗪𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 Museum in Oxford, England, okay, at the British Museum in London. I mean, so you can just go through these places. There's so much stuff that's behind the scenes that are just still being sitting there and blocked away in big safes or hidden behind closed doors in these places that are locked that the average person will never get a chance to see, touch, feel, read, smell. A lot of that ancient knowledge that's sitting there that could free mankind from its bonds is right there on this planet right now.
And last question before you get out of there. You also have talked about advanced technology that has been, of course, hidden. And I don't think anyone in their right mind doesn't think that most of the governments, obviously, and also specifically the U.S. government, doesn't have technology that that is light years ahead of what we are all using in our daily lives. Do you have any idea of what might be trickling down to us, or what would be some of the stuff other than, I mean, I know energy is one big thing, but what else might you touch on? Because I know you were in that tech field.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, if people who are looking to invest, I would get away from, and I'm not a financial advisor, I wouldn't dive too hard into EV companies. EV is going to be going to primarily mostly corporations or business use. EVs are going to die out for public civilian use, and civilians are going to be kind of curbing towards hydrogen-powered cars. That's going to be the next big thing. EVs are not sustainable. They're being built by technology, by forced child labor in these unmanaged mines that could be taken over by any type of a military force or rogue agents at any given time and hold the world hostage. And they know this. And so EVs are, and they're also very toxic for the land. They're more toxic than the engine block. So we're going to be moving away from EVs. Everything is going to be going towards hydrogen. I made a video about this on YouTube a year ago. It got 200,000-300,000 views on YouTube. And then just about maybe 3 months ago, at the time I made that video, Elon Musk was against hydrogen cars. There's no way in the world it's ever going to work. It's not going to be anything. We can't do it. Now he's got the H model coming out in a few months. And I think the price of his cars have dropped by almost 30%. They're going to just close those things out eventually. And you'll see the hydrogen car. The GM president just came out 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago and said, we're moving out of EVs, we're going to hydrogen. And several other car makers have also decided to move to hydrogen. This is a year after I made my video when I told everybody, get out of EVs, everything is going to go to hydrogen. Again, I was right. Hydrogen is the next big push. Rolls-Royce created the very first hydrogen jet engine for an airplane, which flew coast to coast. And so even airplanes, all airliners are going to be going towards hydrogen-powered engines because they can't use electric, obviously. So this is going to be the next big thing, hydrogen, not EV, but hydrogen. Also, we're going to see the Tesla robots coming out. I forget the exact name of those things, but those things are going to be released as well. They'll be in some homes of some very rich people initially, and then over time, over the next 10 years, probably I would say 1/3 of the population will have one of those types of robots, whether it's his or someone else's, but they'll have one in their house. That's a fact. And we're going to start seeing more energy frequency healing. We'll start seeing finally, after all the multi-trillions of dollars spent on cancer research that have gone to the pockets of fat cats who've done nothing with the money, but give out more chemotherapy and radiation, we're finally going to begin to see the use of a frequency weapon against cancer, a frequency beam that will match something I talked about on Gaia in 2017. I talked about this on the Buzzsaw TV episode, that all we need is a frequency that matches the harmonic frequency of the atoms vibrating in the tumor, and you can destroy it by canceling the frequency of the vibration and leave all the surrounding tissue intact. Well, that actually exists now. Same thing I talked about 8 years ago. It actually exists. And it's finally going to get freed up and be used for people. So we're going to see within the next 5 to 10 years, frequency healing for cancer.